And today I'm not here to brag about how consistent I am in my discipline and my habits. We all know that I got my systems in order and they've been working and clearly showing results. So just really wanted to allow today. I wanted to sit and feel comfortable and share a genuine moment of reflection on what consistency taught me. 5 valuable realizations that staying disciplined throughout all these years have taught me. I realized that the depth in my voice and in my eyes probably shows a bit too much. I do tell stories even if I don't speak. Because people in my DMs are like, what happened to you? What made you into the. I'm like, shit, it's visible. It does show consistency. And consistency can look like so many different things. It doesn't have to be consistently running, showing up to people with kindness, consistently staying true to your values. So many different things that we can stay consistent in. And since I'm the ambassador of intentional repetition, I'm going to share some of my insights. Welcome to 5 things that consistency made me realize. And the reason I'm creating this video is actually because yesterday I was in this lethargic, exhausted mood of I don't even want to move anywhere anymore. I did all of my work that I needed to do. It was around 7 p.m. I just lay here in my bed and I was watching YouTube. What is better to watch on YouTube than just my channel? Did watch a few of my videos and I wanted to watch a few of my old videos. I don't usually feel comfortable watching my videos. I remember what kind of things I was referring to, like things that you don't know about me that I was going through back then. And it just reminds me of some things because genuinely every reflection that I speak about is a reflection of some sort of a thing that happens in my life around that time. It's literally a digital journal that perfectly reflects my life. So you might not know what was happening, but I remember exactly why I recorded that video with what thoughts in mind. So sometimes I rewatch them and I'm like, oof, and even that is consistency. Even that is consistently showing up and, digitally journaling my reflections, showing up and studying my mind and perfecting systems and removing things that don't work. I love that the more cycles I go through, the more of these loops that I close, I do gain more XP. I really do see that my reaction changes, even if it looks like the worst crash out in the world. My reaction internally to it is like, I know that it's supposed to be like this. It's no longer hopelessness or actual deep chaos or not knowing what to do. It's like, I don't know what to do technically, but I know that I don't even have to know what to do. I just do. I just move through it. Hormozy said the other day, or not him, he says everything all the time. If you knew that you were 25 failures from your goal, how fast would you want to complete those failures? High achievers, they just move. They don't stay in action. Like, there's no need, there's no purpose to figure out the perfect timing, the perfect alignment. You have the skill to approach this idea. There is no perfect idea. There is no perfect preparation system that you need to complete in order to move to the next stage. You just move. You just move and try. Let me get to the point. Why am I yapping in the intro so much? Okay, actually, let me yap. This is my channel. I'm not doing this for no viewer retention. Fuck that. A few videos performed well. It's enough, okay? Let it flow. I don't care how many views this will get. And I watched this video about delusion. I look so different there. I speak so different there. I was in a completely different stage, but going through kind of a similar transformation. And I do have a lot of videos on consistency specifically, so I watched a few of those. I remember talking about how ego is the ruler of discipline. Enough of the super long but needed intro. The first lesson that consistency made me realize is that it's impossible to hate yourself into fulfillment. I mentioned before that every intention has a charge, a positive and a negative one. You can have a system that in essence is the same, because a system is some sort of action. It's a pattern of repetitive actions that lead to a result. But you can have two differently charged behaviors because they have a different intention that are in essence one system because they share the same result. What I mean is that there are two paths with two different intentions that will lead to the same result physically. But each path will make you form a different identity, will make you form a different mental software with a different feeling inside of you. So the feeling of the same result on the outside will be different because these two approaches had different intentions. So if I came to the understanding that it is impossible to hate yourself into fulfillment, one of those two paths is not so worth it. And I will not be repeating that anymore. I've tried that way too many times. Each time I did that, it didn't work. I mean, it did work because essentially the product was what I wanted, the exact thing that I described, but it didn't make me feel the way I wanted it to feel. That's why I always say, whenever you visualize anything, whenever you put together a mood board, a vision board, don't just think about the things that you want to have. Only visualizing the circumstance leaves space for your ego to lean into self-hate and punishment, into becoming the goal, into matching the circumstance, into becoming physically without helping your mind become. It's exactly what I spoke about like 2 videos before. I think it was one of those in nature, I don't know, check it. Like, it's not productive to make your life become something, because you can make it become, no matter the belief. Oh, actually, Layla Hormozi spoke about it. She was unable to understand how self-belief will make your life become anything. Like, even without self-belief, you can become. She always doubts everything. She always thinks of the worst possible scenario, but she always gets to the end result. Yes, because she has a pattern of consistent, repetitive actions that lead to the reward. She chooses one of those strategies, one of those intentional roads to the goal. And she gets the reward, the same reward as the person who believes in the goal and gets to the goal. But the way she feels about the goal in the end is different than the person who believed in the goal, got it, and then still believes and feels fulfilled in the goal. The thing is, you carry the emotions that you had within you while you were on the journey. You carry them with you. You cannot run away from them. If you start from avoiding and punishing and hating yourself into something, you will end up in that goal with that result, still feeling the same things. So not only you won't be appreciative of the goal, but you will not be fulfilled with it, and you will want to chase another thing. And once you get there, because you have history of systems that work, you are disciplined, you are consistent, you are equipped with skills, with actual real skills. Your mind is wired in a way where you hate every single thing that you produce. So you are never fulfilled because you never believed, because you never accepted. You always avoided and you chased or you ran away. But that's for a different lesson. What did I write here? If intention for your change is repetitively punishing the past and present you and bullying yourself into improvement, it will improve the subject you're focusing on. However, the intention of change will remain. You will carry the same emotion of fulfillment and hating everything that you produce even more. So one of the ways how to fix it is, again, allowing. It's the less resistance you produce, the more flow you allow yourself to experience. Let's think about it this way. You want to change something so bad, and you organically lean into like punishing yourself for something, hating and wanting change from this space of we don't like this space of we want to land. It's disgusting to land in a disgusting place, look around you and feel disgusting, but it's exactly what's needed for the change to be productive. To intentionally choose the right road, the right pathway to that reward. Because we know that we are equipped. Potentially, we can gain enough skills and qualifications to get to the reward. We have enough awareness to realize that the reward is achievable. It's just about intentionally choosing which road to pick. And we organically lean into self-punishment and self-sabotage and hating ourselves into becoming. So let's not do that. This time, let's seriously land in this avoiding and trying to run away from the past you and chase the future you. Land in this disgusting, I don't like where I'm at right now. I don't like what I have created. Maybe you will actually realize that you are grateful for some things right now. There are some things that you will start noticing that you've done. You will start appreciating. You will generate a little bit of that self-love. But even if that's not possible for you, you will simply land and breathe and accept the now. And from that space, you'll be able to move more intentionally. It's slower and strategic. It's more mature this way. You're not trying to run. If anything is too fast, it's forced. It's compulsive. There is no compulsion in rational things. So yeah, while in stage 0, land there. Don't begin the change from emotional desperation. You want to run either to escape the version of yourself that you hate or to chase the version of yourself you will love. And that never results in fulfillment, even if it produces the results on the outside. Intention always catches up to you, no matter how fast you run. The new version of you will carry the same pattern of needing to run away from the present because it is never enough. Sit in this objectively not fulfilling stage 0. Try not to judge, accept it, and by that cultivate loving intention of change, slow, patient, and strategic. It's the best that it's from love, but it can be too much to ask for the stage 0, okay? If you don't have any proof or history of loving yourself rationally, okay? Because loving yourself while you literally hate yourself, we're not doing one of those, affirming in the mirror if you actually don't believe it. It's psychotic. Don't do that. Start from accepting. You don't have to love and adore the version of yourself you are right now because that's counterproductive. It's just dumb. Just at least don't hate it, okay? Because that leads to more. Okay, we got the first lesson out of the way. That was long, but needed. The next lesson, it will generate a lot of resistance. Repetitive action in a direction that you have no proof of yet creates resistance, and you will feel challenged in new patterns because your old identity is forced to repetitively act on a new reality that you have seen no evidence of yet. You can't believe it without proof. So you're forced to move in this direction for absolutely no reason. Like there's no purpose. So there is a completely new neural pathway that will be activated that you will be challenged to design. And I recognize that my old identity is still attached to the outdated software that I'm running on. So I need to still keep pushing, even though there's this resistance. Resistance is there because it's unfamiliar. Anything that's unfamiliar is unsafe. So the goal is, I sent it in one of my previous emails, the goal always is to generate this unshakable inner safety. It will never actually be easier. How to make it easier is to become stronger. How you become stronger is paradoxically by relaxing, by allowing. You become stronger by asking for help and not suppressing your emotions. The same way you become stronger through letting go of control, showing that you don't need to have control of every step because you trust it so much. And that's where the strength, the actual inner core of that unshakable safety comes from. By relaxing into this consistent showing up, you make it easier for yourself to go through this journey of resistance because you don't know what's going on there. You don't know what's waiting for you there. You have no evidence of this new identity working, of this new software actually being used in action. You're afraid of the anxiety that comes up with that resistance, so you create more perceived danger. And there's no need to create that danger. By allow, I mean stop creating things that are not needed. Remove things that aren't working. And of course, one of the most difficult things in consistency is sticking to it because you see no results. Progress is invisible until it's not. You will have to move through resistance, go through all of these challenges. And this progress, even though it feels like a setback, still is progress. You have to perfect your self-talk, and through all of these little setbacks, through all of these challenges, through all this process of no progress, you will make your mind become. That's everything that I talked about before. All of this is the process of becoming of your mind so that your reality is ready to reflect it, reflect the mind that you've grown through this process. So that progress is actually invisible because it's not the reality that you can see physically. It's somewhere in the mental space that you can't really track. But every day those little changes happen depending on the actions that you choose and the reactions that you pick emotionally in your mind. Even when it feels unsafe, still know, because I'm working on this inner safety right now, it's one of the realizations that I got. Like, without this inner safety and starting from the point of acceptance and not self-hate is the key. So now I'm choosing this strategy. Anyways, I did have results because no matter the path I chose, I did get through the results, so I can talk about it. One day, it just clicks. Even when you don't see progress day to day, every single day, it's invisible. It's just not there. You go, you do it, it's repetitive, it's constant, it's isolating. Nothing is moving. You see nothing. But then one day you just wake up and it looks like overnight success to all these people whose time was just passing while you were consistently showing up in something that was invisible to you and everyone around you. But you live this reality and it's your new normal. And one day it just all clicks, and one day it's just there. But the funniest thing is that as soon as it clicks, you don't even want it. It's like I don't even understand how that works. Maybe when I reframe the strategy, when I start changing from acceptance, and maybe not from love yet, but from, okay, I got it, I got it. I don't hate myself into it. I'm just gonna slowly and strategically work my way there. Maybe then I will wake up in fulfillment, because there is no rush. There is simply intentional steps forward consistently and repetitively, with full trust and belief in generating that inner safety. So yeah, even when you see no progress, it will click just one day like this. You will wake up in that new reality, because progress compounds. You can't see it day to day. It's just how it works. Fourth thing, discipline and consistency will expose everything that is not aligned. Wanting discipline, wanting to change something, is initiating movement in a completely different direction. Is signaling to God, I am ready for something new, and I don't like what's in the present. I'm ready to change and to be challenged and to learn and to become. Your prayers, I want to make a whole different video about this. Your prayers are not answered in rewards, in results, in blessings. Prayers are answered in opportunities. When you ask for patience, you will be challenged with a situation that will require a lot of time to pass for you to get to something that you prayed for. When you pray for strength, you won't be given strength. You'll be given a situation that will strengthen you, and often it's painful. When you ask for healing, you might not be given healing. You might be given something that breaks your heart in ways that will inspire so much healing. You'll get the healing, but in a completely different way, in a more fruitful and valuable way than you even asked for. So only courageous people actually do pray in a proper way, with being grateful for all the pain and heartbreak and the challenges, and not being afraid to ask for strength, knowing that no matter how painful it feels, they will come out stronger on the other side and ready for even a bigger lesson. You're not scared to ask for lessons anymore, because you know you have nothing to lose with that inner strength, inner safety within you all this time. This is why consistency feels isolating. This is why it feels like nothing around you is familiar anymore, because things remove themselves from your life. Systems that are outdated, that do not match the new software, things and people and environments that are not matching the mental frame that you're designing for your new identity will simply remove themselves naturally or through conflict. Somehow they will exit your life, and you will be left with everything that's unfamiliar, even with less proof of this consistency working, even with less proof of the progress compounding. You will see the opposite results of what you were expecting, but that's exactly the progress you need to be looking for. Every single thing exiting your life is another sign of it, leaving space for new identity to grow. It might feel unaligned for a bit because you're just not there yet. You're in the messy middle. That's what I'm talking about. It's so messy, man. It hurts. It's heavy, but it's exactly the progress that compounds, And I see it now. And it's heavy. It's so heavy, so painful. I'm so strong, it's actually crazy. And this is the consistency that's difficult to put into words, because what am I actually consistent in? What am I actively consistent in right now? I cut off most of the things from my life that I thought were aligned, consistently showing up and just living. I live my truth consistently. That's what I do consistently. And it can feel like you're behind. It can feel like you're completely losing, like complete isolation, complete frustration. But I'm still choosing to try every single day. It's the heart that everyone talks about. It's the heart that everyone avoids. It's the heart that looks like you're losing, but it's actually the consistency compounded, and it will all make sense one day. This is the heart that everyone is talking about. When everything around you looks like the opposite of what you asked for, but you're exactly in the middle of everything you asked for. You just can't see it yet, because your new identity hasn't been created yet, and your old identity is dead already. So you're now in this engineering process, just observing everything and being like, whoa. So I did that. I asked for that. Incredible. Alchemist, for real. The fifth lesson that consistency has led me to realize is that your new identity will be formed through consistency, through repetitive action.
yes, everything has led to this. Everything has led to this realization. I'll just repeat myself and everything I said here. And it's okay to feel frustrated. New means never seen before. It's something you never experienced. So it's normal to not know every single step of the way. Again, one of the emails that I sent you the other day spoke about this. Check it out if you haven't. My email list, you can sign up to it in the link in the description. Everything is there. Every link that you might need is in the description, as well as the one-on-one sessions with me you can schedule. Also in the description. And my Instagram and everything else. Marketing, marketing, marketing. Trust is created through repetitive loyalty to your goal. Real confidence and self-love. Proof that you can hold yourself in any situation, even if you're shaking. You're still going to put one leg after the other. Yeah, just like as I said, I finally can hold myself. And even though I'm not confident in this holding myself, I still choose the physical action of holding myself. I'm not sure I'm strong enough, but I'm proving it to myself in real time by still holding it. Isometric movement. still doing it, but not moving anywhere through this shaking. Good, that's progress, okay? Your new identity will be created, and of course it feels weird. Of course it feels weird. Man, just creating this history and looking back at all my old videos, I'm like, wow, you really did grow through it. Not in the way that you expected, but like I mentioned in one of my latest videos in nature, like I said, your mind will become something before your reality can become something that reflects your mind. So the identity that you haven't yet actualized, the software that hasn't yet been updated, is being created right now. And it feels like stretching. It feels like a lot of resistance. It feels like a lot of not progressing movement through very isolating, boring, exhausting tasks that are repetitive every day. It feels dark. It feels heavy. It's supposed to feel like this. It's supposed to feel hard. Your new identity is formed right now. Just get creative with it. Try to make this change enjoyable by allowing and resisting less. Like every 3 months, I go through a similar process of transformation. The more I realize there's safety there. Like if it all repeats, if it's all a pattern, I can see the progress. I can close loops. I can see that nothing as destructive happens to me. Like I don't die in the end if I don't choose to. Like nothing happens to me that's soul crushing. I can exist in this. I can actually enjoy this and play in it. So the more safety you generate through each cycle like this, the more play you can have in the process. So the more strength and inner safety you generate each cycle that you go through. So the stronger new identity you will create in the end. Because the thing is, your identity always shifts. It's not like your new identity will be loaded and you'll be stuck with this new perfect identity, this like 10 out of 10 high value person that you were always imagining and envisioning in your vision boards. No, you will always be shifting. Every single day you adjust to your new realizations and upgrades. The more frequent your upgrades are, the sooner you will need the huge reload, the huge cleanse, and for me that happens every 3 to 4 months. Like that's like a process for me. And every single year, annually, I have like the major shift, like the complete cleanse of my whole character. It's one of those right now. Put them into formulated sentences, create art on them. You can make so many things on them. That's why art makes sense, because we have so much time here. We have so many emotions to go through. We're literally stuck in outer space with all these extreme and heavy emotional experiences. We need to survive somehow, so it only makes sense to create art on things and meet each other deeper through these forms of expression. Art is the only way we will survive. Creates purpose in this consistent evolution that we cannot escape in any way. It might just be the only purpose of existence, honestly. Just evolving and creating on it and sharing it and meeting each other deeper through this unique experience, which actually is very, very shared. You'll be fine. Just observe patterns and write about them. I'm going to the gym, because we're sporty and rich as usual. You know the drill.